By regularly hearing the Bhagavatam and rendering service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is practically destroyed, and loving service unto the glorious Lord, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact.
Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu Nityaṁ bhagavata-sevayā.
Go. Chalo.
Nityaṁ bhagavata-sevayā. Bhagavati uttama shloke bhakti bhavati naisthiki. Naisthiki. Nishtha. From nishtha. Nishtha means firmly fixed up. Firmly fixed up. Ado Śraddhā. Tato Sādhu sangha. Tato bhajana-kriyā. Atha Anartha-nivṛtti. Tato nishtha. Srila Goswami has explained how one can be fixed up. Nishtha. This nishtha stage comes when one is freed from anartha, ado Śraddhā. Just like you all have come here out of Śraddhā, some faith. Let us go to the Hare Kṛṣṇa temple, see the arati, or hear from the Swamis. This is the beginning, Śraddhā. To create Śraddhā, little faith, these centers are established. And one takes to faith, then he gradually advances. Ado Śraddhā. And that Śraddhā has been explained by Kaviraj Goswami. What is Śraddhā? That Śraddhā, he has said, Śraddhā sabde vishwas sudhira nishchay. Śraddhā means firm faith, vishwas, sudhira nishchay, unflinching. What is that sudhira nishchay? Kṛṣṇa bhakti kaile sarva karma krita hoy. This is the beginning of Śraddhā. Śraddhā means, as in the Bhagavad Gita it is said, sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam saranam vraja. If one is agreeable to this condition, that Kṛṣṇa bhakti kaile, if he agrees, yes, if I surrender to Kṛṣṇa, my all perfection of life is achieved. This is Śraddhā. Not that Kṛṣṇa is also good, and this demigod is also good, you are also good, I am also good, you are also God, I am also God. There is no Śraddhā. Just like a chaste woman cannot say that every man is good. She will say only my husband is good. That is chastity. If some woman says that any man is good, similarly, Śraddhā means to become chaste, pure Kṛṣṇa bhakta. That is Śraddhā. Śraddhā sabde vishwas sudhira nishchay Kṛṣṇa bhakti kaile sarva karma krita hoy. But practically you can see these American and European boys, they began with Śraddhā. I told them that Kṛṣṇa is the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. Kṛṣṇastu Bhagavan. They accepted it. They did not present so many rascals that here is another God, here is another God, here is another God. No. Kṛṣṇa bhakti kahile Sādhu. They fixed up that faith. That is their fortune. They had no hodgepodge idea. Therefore they are making progress. Ādau Śraddhā. Then Sādhu. That Śraddhā, that firm faith in Kṛṣṇa, can be more and more firm by Sadhu Sangha. Sadhu Sangha means who is Sadhu? A Sadhu means a devotee. Sadhureva samantabha. Who is Sadhu? Sadhu means does not mean that having a long beard and saffron colored dress. Sadhu means, Mahatma means who is pure devotee. That is the explanation in the Bhagavad Gita. Opite sudurachara bhajate mam anarthas sadhureva samantam. He is sadhu. Even he is sudurachara. Just like sometimes we find these American, European boys, from our angle of vision, they are deviating it. But Kṛṣṇa confirms, even if he is deviating, still he is sadhu. Why? Bhajate mam anarthas. Because he does not accept me, Kṛṣṇa. This is certificate given by Kṛṣṇa. Sadhu Revasam. Sammak. I may be sadhu, but not complete. No, sammak bhavasita he is. He's complete sadhu. So what is the qualification? Na bhajate mam anarthas. The example you can see how they are making bhajan by the deity worship. You'll never find in Calcutta such nice deity worship. Bhajate mam anarthas. They do not know. All these boys and girls, they do not know anything but Kṛṣṇa. This is qualification, sadhu. So we have to associate with such sadhus who has got unflinching faith in Kṛṣṇa and fully engaged in Kṛṣṇa's service. He is sadhu. Bhajate mam anarthas. Mahatmanastu mam prartha dvaivi prakriti māsrita. Bhajanti ananya manasa. That is Mahatma. We are after Mahatma. Who is Mahatma? Sa Mahatma Sudullava. Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Sa Mahatma Sudullava. One who has accepted Kṛṣṇa as everything. Such Mahatma is very rarely to be seen. Otherwise, so-called Mahatmas, they are loitering in the street. You are God, I am God, everyone is God. Not that kind of Mahatma. Mahatma means bhajanti. He worships me, Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa is bhajaniya. And we are servants. One who is convinced on this platform, he is Mahatma. He is sadhu. So we have to associate with such sadhus. Sadhu Śraddhā tato sadhu sang. Pure devotee of Kṛṣṇa. They have no other desire. Anna-vilasita sunnam. They have no other desire. Anna-vilasita sunnam jnana-karmād-anāvṛtam. Uncovered by the mental speculation or fruitive activities, karma-kani. Jnana-karmād-anāvṛtam. Not covered. If you mix up karma with bhakti, if you mix up jnana with bhakti, or if you mix up yoga, it is contaminating. It is not pure. Pure devotional service is given by Rupa Goswami, annavilasita sunnam. No desire for fruitive activities or philosophical speculation or yogic, mystic, yogic, magic. No. Simply how to satisfy Kṛṣṇa. That is bhakti. Anukullena Kṛṣṇānuṣīlalam. Anukullena. Anukullena means what is favorable, what Kṛṣṇa desires. Just like Arjuna. He did not like to fight. He wanted to be a very nice, non-violent gentleman. But Kṛṣṇa was inducing, you fight. Then later on, he agreed. Yes, karishe vachanam. This is anukullena. Kṛṣṇa wants it. Doesn't matter whether it is violent or non-violent. Kṛṣṇa wants, I must. This is called anukullena. Not against the desire of Kṛṣṇa, but in favor of Kṛṣṇa. This is called anukul. Anukul seva. So, anukullena Kṛṣṇānuṣīlanam bhakti uttama. That is first class work. Not that if I like it, then I shall do it. That is not anukul. That is pratikul. You like or not like, that doesn't matter. Kṛṣṇa likes it, you must do it. There she is, anukullena Kṛṣṇā. So, if we associate with Sādhu, Sādhu means, Mahatma means, who are fully engaged in Kṛṣṇa's service. That is Sādhu, that is Mahatma. Therefore it is recommended, ādau Śraddhā tato Sādhusam. And if you associate with Sādhu, then bhajana-kriyā. If we, just like so many thousands of European, American, they have joined us on account of sadhusam. First of all, they come in the temple and here for some days, then all of a sudden he becomes seven-headed. We have to request. He takes a bead and bead back, although he is not initiated. Then after some days, he approaches. Please get me initiated. The bhajana-kriyā, this is called bhajana-kriyā. So we initiate. Yes, now you are interested, we initiate. We give him Harinam, chant Hare Kṛṣṇa. This is the first initiation. And chant 16 rounds and observe these rules and regulations. Then, when I see 6 months or 1 year, he is doing very nicely, then we accept him as my disciple. The second is, that this is bhajana-kriyā. Then he is admitted to worship the deity or to cook for the deity, so many things. Bhajana-kriyā. Ādau śraddhā tato sādhu sangha tato bhajana-kriyā atha anartha-nivṛtti sya. If there is bhajan, then he will be free from all anarthas. Anarthas means unwanted things. Just like one man is smoking. Smoking is not essential for living. If you don't smoke, just like we don't smoke, that doesn't mean we are dying. It is an anartha. But anyone who has learned this smoking, he cannot stop it. Anartha. The result of bhajan will be substantiated when anartha-nivṛtti sya, he is no more interested with some unwanted things. we have practiced so many unwanted things. The first of all, illicit sex, making so-called lusty affairs without any married bondage. Illicit sex. This is anartha. Why? If you want sex, get yourself married according to Śraddhā. There is no hindrance. According to Vedic civilization, a girl must be married. But in every country I see, the female population is more than the male population. Then how every girl should be married? Therefore, in India, more than one wife was allowed. Now it is not allowed. That is the Vedic injunction. Kṛṣṇa, the father must find out a husband for his daughter. There are many history. The Kulin Bhava. Anartha, we should not create in the society anarthas, unwanted disturbances. The unwanted disturbances, illicit sex and meat eating. Meat eating, why one should eat meat? No animal food starve. Kṛṣṇa has given so many nice things, produce. Kṛṣṇa says in the Bhagavad-gītā, Anartha-nivṛtti bhūtāni. Kṛṣṇa never says, Māṅsāt bhavanti bhūtāni, Matsāt bhavanti bhūtāni. Never says. Anna. Anna means food grain. Produce sufficient food grain. So, in the village side you go, hundreds and thousands of acres of land is lying vacant. Nobody is interested. Now they are interested in opening slaughterhouse. Kill the poor animals and eat. They don't produce food grain. Whole world is rascal now is going on. I have traveled over many countries all over the world. In Africa, there are so much vacant land. In Australia, there is so much vacant land. But nobody is producing food grain. They have kept some cattle, these cows. They are automatically maintained, there is grass. And when they are fatty, take them and send to the slaughterhouse and eat. But the land is lying vacant. The land is lying vacant. Therefore, people are not following the rules and regulations given by God or by nature's own way. They have invented their own way of living condition. Therefore, they are suffering. Now you see in Calcutta or any other. Now it is a problem. Everywhere the problem will be food shortage and fuel shortage, power shortage. This is the prediction of many, many great scientists. Because people are committing so many sinful lives, they must stop. That is the punishment. That is the punishment. These sinful rascals must be punished. Tanahang disata kura kipami ajasra andajunisu. These godless persons, disata, envious of God. Why there should be God? Why Kṛṣṇa should be God? Envious. So, these are dirty things. We began in this chapter that Sinnataṁ sakathat pushta punna savana kirtana riddantasta abhadrani. Abhadrani, all dirty things, they are accumulated. So by hearing about Kṛṣṇa, Nityaṁ bhagavata-sevayā, Nityaṁ bhagavata, you have to hear, not that Bhagavad Saptaha. I don't find this Bhagavad-Saptaha in anywhere in the Bhagavat. But they have invented some means for professional reading. In the Bhagavat it is not said, Saptaha bhagavata-sevayā. Why it is said Nityaṁ bhagavata-sevayā? You have to hear Bhagavatam daily, regular. That is the injunction of Bhagavat. You have to hear not from the professional man, professional reciters. Bhagavad Saptaha, and then after one Saptaha you do your all nonsense things and he takes some money for livelihood, for maintaining his wife and children, so many umbrellas, so many shoes, so many utensils, and sell in the market, get some money and maintain. This kind of bhagavata-sevayā will not fail. Nityaṁ bhagavata-sevayā. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's order is bhagavat paragya bhagavata sthane. If you want to realize what is Bhagavat, then you must go and learn Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam from a person whose life is Bhagavat, not the professional Bhagavat reciters. So here it is said, and who will recite Bhagavatam daily unless he has dedicated his life for Bhagavan. This is Bhagavat. Grantha Bhagavat and this person Bhagavat. Bhagavat, Mahabhagavat. A person is devotee is called Bhagavat, and the Grantha Bhagavat. So we have to serve both. We have to hear daily Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam from the realized person. Nityaṁ bhagavata-sevayā. The Guru, the devotee, they are Bhagavat. So we have to serve, we have to please them. That is also said in the Bhagavad Gita. Tad-viddhi pranipatena puriprasnena sevaya. If you want to learn the transcendental subject matter, then you must adopt three things. Tad-viddhi, first of all, surrender. Find out that kind of person where you can surrender. If there is no surrender, it is not possible. So, the Vaishnava philosophy begins from surrender. Therefore, Kṛṣṇa says, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam vraja. That is the order of Kṛṣṇa. And what is the difference between Kṛṣṇa and his representative? The representative says that you surrender to Kṛṣṇa. He never says that you surrender to me, I have become Kṛṣṇa. That is a nonsense, rascal. He will say the same thing. Therefore, he is Kṛṣṇa's representative. Kṛṣṇa is personally asking that you surrender to me. And it is the duty of this bona fide spiritual master, Guru, to say to his disciple that you surrender to Kṛṣṇa. He will never say that you surrender to me. I have become Kṛṣṇa. Now I have realized soul, I have become Bhagavan. He is a rascal. So, these are the process. Tad-viddhi pranipatena puriprasnena sevaya. Here it is also the same thing. The same thing is said in a different way. That is Shastra. Actually, as Kṛṣṇa says in the Bhagavad Gita, what is Veda? There are 4 Vedas and 108 Upanishads, then Vedanta Sutra, then so many books. All of them are Vedas. And what is the purpose? Vedaischa sarvai ahameva vedam. You read all the Vedas, all the Puranas, Brahma Sutra, Ramayana, Mahabharata. What is the purpose? To understand Kṛṣṇa. If you don't understand Kṛṣṇa, then it is useless. Your so-called study of Vedas are useless. Samaya vahi kevalam. That is the confirmation of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Dharma sānasthita pungsāṅ vishakṣena kathasu jat notpādayadana tingjadi sramayva hi kevalam. You are spoiling your energy. You are dharma, a brahmana is executing his brahminical culture very nicely. It is very good. A kshatriya is doing his duty very nicely. That's all right. A Vaishya is doing. But the test, whether he is perfect or not, or simply working for nothing, wasting his time. What is the test? That is also stated by Sutta Goswami. Atapungvi dijasreshta varnasrama vibhagas sanusthitasya dharmasya samsiddhi haritojana. He must understand whether by executing his, it doesn't matter if you are Hindu or Muslim or this or that, your duty is by executing your religious principles, whether you are satisfying Kṛṣṇa. That is what. Tasmin tishti jagat. So, the Kṛṣṇa personally says, there is surrender to be. That is the only business. There is no other business. Simply to see that whether I am satisfying Kṛṣṇa. So, that will be possible. Here it is said that nasta prayesu avadreshu. Not completely. There are so many dirty things within our heart. If at once it becomes all clear, then immediately we are liberated person. And that is not possible. Gradually. Go on hearing, Sinnataṁ Sakata Kṛṣṇa. Gradually, all the dirty things will be cleansed. So, nasta prayesu, almost clean. Not purely, not completely clean. Even it is almost clean. Nasta prayesu avadreshu, how it is clean? Nityaṁ bhagavata-sevayā. You serve your spiritual master, the representative of Bhagavan, Bhagavat, and you hear Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. These are the two kinds of Bhagavatam, and you do it Nityaṁ bhagavata-sevayā. Nasta prayesu, almost. Then what is that? Bhagavati uttama sloke, bhakti bhavati naisthiki. The result will be that you will be fixed in the devotional service. Uttama slok. Where Bhagavan's another name is Uttama slok. Uttama slok means selected prayers. Just like Brahmaji is offering prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Chintamani prakara sadamasu kalpa vrikha lakshya bhritesu suravira vipalayantam Lakshmi sahasra sata sambrama se bumaram govindam adi kurusam tamang bhajami. There are so many prayers in the Shastras. So therefore his name is Uttama Slok. These prayers are composed by not ordinary rascal poet. They are composed by very, very stalwart, great personalities like Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and others. Sutta Goswami, Sukadeva Goswami, Vyasadeva. Therefore, they are called Uttama Sloka, selector, poet. That's what Bhagavan's another name is, Uttama Sloka. He is offered prayers by the great personalities with selected composition of poetry and prayers. So, Bhagavati Uttama Sloke, if actually we follow these regulative principles, Nityaṁ bhagavata-sevayā, then gradually our heart will be cleansed. Cheta darpana marjanam, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said. The process is to cleanse the dirty heart. Actually we are clean. Asangayam purusha. We have no business to be contaminated with the material qualities. We do not contaminate. Just like we know in Bengali said, tele jale meshe. You put oil in the water, it will never mix. Similarly, we are spirit souls. Aham Brahmasmi. We have nothing to do with this material world. But somehow or other, I am in contact. So, simply I have to be contactless. That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Cheta Darpana Marjanam. As soon as your heart is clean with all dirty things, then Bhava Mahadavagni Nidvapanam. Immediately you become out of this contamination. Bhava Mahadavagni. This contamination means we are in the blazing fire of this material world. Blazing fire. It has been blazing fire, Bhava Mahadavagni. Mahadavagni. Davagni means the fire in the forest. In the forest, nobody goes to set fire. But it takes place. Just like we, in India, we thought that by driving away the Britishers, we shall be happy. Now, the Davagni is so that is not the medicine. Medicine is Bhavoshati. Medicine is Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Not that simply changing from this ism to that ism, this political party to this. That is not, because everyone is imperfect. How they can give you perfect happiness? It is not possible. They are themselves andha. Andha means blind. So if you follow the blind man, how he will cross? That is not possible. Andha jathanthi rupuniyamar. Why they are andha? Nate vidu sartha gating Vishnu. They do not know the ultimate goal of life is to surrender to Kṛṣṇa. They do not know. They are manufacturing their own ways of advancing. That will never be successful. They do not know. Nate vidu sartha gating Vishnu. Durasaya je bahirathamani. They are thinking, by adjustment of this material world, we shall be happy. That is not possible. The maya, the material energy will not allow you to become perfect unless and until you surrender to Kṛṣṇa. That is her business. Therefore it is said in the Bhagavad Gita, Daivijjesha gunamayi mama maya durattaya mamiva japrapaddante maya metang. This is the way. So, in this verse, it is confirmed the same thing. In the Vedic literature, the same thing is spoken in a different way, in different circumstances. But the ultimate goal is how to know Kṛṣṇa. Vedashta sadvai ahamiva ved. So, if we follow this principle, here's Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam means the words or the activities of Bhagavan. But the impersonalists, they think the ultimate goal, ultimate truth, absolute truth, is not a person. So there is no activity. If one is person, he has got activities. But if one is not person, void, just like a sky, the sky there is no activity. The only activity is the sky is covered with cloud and he cannot see the sun. That is the only activity. So that kind of activity is not required. Regular, varieties of activities. Therefore you have to hear about Kṛṣṇa. You will hear about Kṛṣṇa in so many varieties of activities. Bhagavad Gita, you hear, in so many activities of Kṛṣṇa. So we have to hear about this. And unless there are activities, what you will hear? Simply Brahma, 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 Nirakar. How long you will hear? And how long you will enjoy? And that is, there is no enjoyment. Therefore, these Brahmavadi, the Nirakarvadi, although by austerities and penances they may rise up to the Brahma effulgence, still they will fall down. Because we are living entities, we want varieties of enjoyment. We are not satisfied in void, in zero. That is not possible. Therefore, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Sagata Kṛṣṇa. One has to hear about Kṛṣṇa. Varieties of activity. Varieties of activities, not nirakar, without any activity. No, that activity is different from material activity. Janma karma med dibbam. Therefore it is called dibbam. They are not ordinary activities. They are all transcendental, spiritual activities. The Mayavadi philosophers, they cannot understand. So, we have got enough matter for hearing about Kṛṣṇa. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Sagata Kṛṣṇa. Punnasabhu. If we simply sit down and hear, we become pious. And as soon as we become pious, then we can understand what is Kṛṣṇa, what is God. If we are involved, are implicated in sinful activities, there is no chance. Therefore, Anartha-nivṛtti by Sādhu Sangha, by association with the Sadhus, bhaktas, and by bhajana-kriyā, we will be seen, a person will be seen that he is no more involved in unwanted things. He is simply interested in executing devotional service. Nityaṁ bhagavata-sevayā, bhagavati uttama shloke bhakti bhavati naisthiki. When you are almost free from all this contamination, then we become fixed up in the devotional service. That is, Bhagavan said in the Bhagavatam, Bhavo jnana-tapasa puta. Puta means purify. So this bhakti process means to become purified. Purified. That is in Anartha-nivṛtti Sutra also says that sarvapadhi vinirmuktam tatparatena nirmuktam. Rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhakti-richya. Bhakti can be performed when you are purified. Sarvapadhi vinirmuktam. Upadhi. These are the upadhi. I am American, I am Indian, I am Hindu, I am Muslim, I am black, I am white. These are upadhi. This is the description of the skin, not for me. Aham brahmasmi. I do not belong to the skin. I do not belong. Because I do not belong to the skin, then so many skin descriptions. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that I am not a Brahmin, I am not a Shudra, I am not a sannyasi, I am not a brahmachari, I am not a Kshatriya. In this way, not. Then what you are? I am Gopi Vattu Padakamaleo Daso Dasa Das. When you understand that I am eternal servant of Kṛṣṇa, that is purification. That is purification. You accept it blindly or by the process of reading Shastra and Vedas, you have to come to the conclusion. Vasudeva sarvamiti, sa Mahatma. Then you become Mahatma and your life is well. Thank you.